before you book anything in the Caribbean for all-inclusive resorts, whether it's Mexico or the Caribbean, all right, you got to really know about the electronic travel authorization. This is really big now, you guys, and this is happening in several of the island destinations like Jamaica, and you guys book a ton of Jamaica. Jamaica currently doesn't have an ETA as much as it has an entrance paperwork that you got to have signed before you go through customs and passport into the country. So make sure you know that. Also, tell your clients right off they need passports. None of this like, on the cruises where, oh, well, I have my birth certificate and I've gone to 4 cruises and I've been to Mexico on Carnival and didn't need a passport. Well, for this, you're going to need a passport because this is now land. This isn't cruise. This is now land is what we call this. So this is very important, especially if you're doing family reunions, especially if you're doing children. Yeah. Everybody's got to have a passport, everyone. So be aware of this when you go in and you ask these people this, when you qualify. We're going to talk about qualifying for all-inclusive resorts here in a moment. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, let's start off with the basics. What is an all-inclusive resort? Well, what's included? Usually the air, round trip, transfers from the airport, resort, hotel, back to the airport, all meals, all drinks, alcohol, yes, all sports, golf, some, like if you book Sandals, you get to play golf on their courses, and they're beautiful courses. Recreational activities, not included are anything like motorized sports like jet skis and things like that, and spa facilities. But that's basically what it is. Now they have them, so now you know what that is. Okay, so when they ask you, what is it? Now, be aware of this, okay? All-inclusive resorts that do this, all right, are all in the Caribbean, Mexico, parts of South America. There used to be one in the United States, but now it has become more of a health and wellness place. But that's where they have them. They don't have them in Paris. So when your client says, I want an all-inclusive hotel in Paris, no, they don't have that. Or in Rome, or no. For this kind of thing like this, like I said, it's the Caribbean, Mexico, and parts of Central and South America. So that's where you want to go and book this. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Types of all-inclusive resorts. Well, there's adults only. Sandals is adults only. Secrets, Hard Rock. There's some Hard Rock, some Riu. But Hard Rock and Riu also have some family. See, as you can see right here. Family, Club Med, Beaches, Dreams, Riu, Hard Rock. Non-spring breakers. Health and wellness is really big. Zoetry by the Hyatt Collection. That's a big one. Now, not all of them are all-inclusive. Now, listen to me. Just because you think, I want to see, go to Expedia or you're doing a search or something, and you see a hotel rate and you think, oh my God, that's perfect for my client. I'm sure that's an all-inclusive resort because all the hotels in Cancun are all-inclusive. Wrong. Not all the hotels in Cancun are all-inclusive. Not all the hotels in Ocho Rios are all-inclusive. You make sure when you see the paperwork that it says all-inclusive amenities include the food, the dot, 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 dot. We've had several instances where you thought it was, and the clients get down there, and then the next thing they're calling us. Going, I thought it was all-inclusive. My agent said it was. Now it's not, and I got to pay $300 a day. Well, so make sure that that is all-inclusive. I'm serious, you guys. Make sure when you're seeing these quotes that it says that, because if you don't, and you book it, and oh wow, I'm going down there really cheap. I'm going to say it's an all-inclusive resort and da-da-da. No, then what happens? Okay? All right, next slide. Really nice today. The weather's beautiful here. Okay, let's talk about all-inclusive resort locations. So where are they? Okay, remember what I talked about? In Mexico, they're in Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Riviera Maya, Mazatlan, and throughout other cities in Mexico, mostly coastal cities. You will not find them like in the central area. Like, for example, in Mexico City, there is not an all-inclusive resort in Mexico City or in Guadalajara. These are all primarily by the coast. There are several cities there that you can look at, like Susie really likes, I always forget the name of that one, but there are several. In Costa Rica, throughout, even in the rainforest, they have all-inclusive resorts. Yeah, they have them on the east and west coast of Costa Rica, so look into that. In the Caribbean, it's the Dominican Republic. Punta Cana is really big, really, really big. You guys know that. You book a ton of Punta Cana. See, I'm sorry. I always have late lunch on Wednesday. I don't know why, but and then I get, well, it's Wednesday. Please forgive me. Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Montego Bay. Those are big areas for all-inclusive resorts. We have the Bahamas, Antigua, Grenada, Barbados, St. Lucia, and there was one in the U.S., but now that's gone, and other locations. So this is primarily where you will have your all-inclusive resort locations. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, here's a map of the Sandals all-inclusive resorts to show you where they're at. Okay, I got this from Lance, and we're going to get some more maps so you guys get a better idea of it. They have several in Jamaica, several in the Bahamas, as you can see, and they have beautiful, beautiful. I mean, let me tell you something right now. This brand, Sandals, is the top all-inclusive brand. I mean, 5, 6 star. You get people that go here, they're going to want to come back again. Now, Sandals also has a family sister company to it called Beaches, and that's for families, and you can book that. And they have several of the locations also in the Caribbean, and you can book that for families, and it's really great. It's really, I mean, I'm telling you, the Sandals brand is outstanding, and you guys book a ton of it. Price point is very high, but the commissions are also very good, and they have wonderful sales also that they have. So keep that in mind when, you know, you got a couple that's coming to you and they wanted to, you know, it's the 25th wedding anniversary. They have some beautiful, beautiful rooms, swim up room. I mean, they have everything. You can even get butler service. You can get Rolls Royce to pick you up at the airport, etc. Here's the AM Resorts, which is now part of the Hyatt Collection through ALG, Apple Leisure Group. As you can see, there's a lot. You see through Mexico, Ixtapa, that's the one, and Huatulco. That's the one that Susie likes. You see, remember we talked about the ones in Mexico, the other ones? So there they are right there. Hyatt brand is really, really pushing some things, and I'm sure Susan talked about this, but these are the other ones. As you can see in Mexico, the big capital of the all-inclusive resorts is in the Cancun area and Cozumel, Riviera Maya, Tulum. All of this area right in here is just becoming huge. And there's a lot of resorts there that you can book. Also, Playa de Mujeres. You have Punta Cana. There's nothing really in Puerto Rico. They say one resort, but it's not all-inclusive. They were thinking about it. Capacana, Aruba, Curacao, and Montego Bay. So those are the Hyatt Collection areas for all-inclusive resorts. Okay? All right, who are the suppliers and vendors that I can book all-inclusive resorts with? You have Pleasant Holidays, Delta Vacations, American Airlines Vacations, Sandals, Barcelo. That's another brand that has a lot. You guys know Anna. She's been at conventions several times, and you guys have booked Barcelo a lot. And also for you Spanish agents, you can book that also. That's available for you. You can also book all-inclusive resorts at VAX, ALG Vacations, Fine Jet Vacations, United Airlines Vacations, Travel Impressions, Apple Vacations, plus more. Other websites include RoomRes, Expedia, Tap, and of course Archer Go. Ask always for sales, incentives, and discounts, especially if you're booking Sandals. Bam. Especially if you're booking Sandals, you know, because they have some real good ones. And Barcelo has some sales going on too. Everything's on sale. Remember that. Everything's on sale. What resort can you go to and how high to low only? Here is a map diagram of the RIU properties that are in Cabo San Lucas. Okay? As you can see, you have the RIU Palace, Cabo San Lucas. You have the RIU Santa Fe. Then you have the RIU Palace, Baja California. The lowest price point property on here is the RIU Santa Fe. When you stay here, you stay here. Now, if you're at the RIU Palace, which is a higher price point, you get to go to all 3 resorts and all their amenities and all their restaurants and things. Okay? So be aware of that. Barcelo has the same kind of setup. There are a lot of these in the all-inclusive resort areas that they have the same properties next to each other. You know, if you book the highest, like the RIU Palace, you get to go to all of them. If you pick the lowest, you only get to go to 1. Or if you pick this one, you only get to go to 2. You got to go to this one and Santa Fe. So be aware of this, okay? Be aware. Don't think, oh, I got them really a great cheap rate at RIU Santa Fe. And they go, well, yeah, but we wanted to go over to RIU Palace, but we couldn't because our wristband was yellow. And they said no. Let your clients know this. There's nothing worse that they're coming back going, oh, I booked a RIU Santa Fe. The room was right, but I couldn't go over to the RIU Palace. No, I forgot to tell you about that. Well, we wanted to. See? You don't want to get into that kind of conversation, all right? Let's go next slide. Qualify, qualify, qualify. Okay, why are you going? Find out the reason. Is it a second honeymoon? Is it a first honeymoon? What is it? Have you ever been to an all-inclusive resort? Talk to them about it. If yes, which all-inclusive resort did you go to? What was it like? What did you like or dislike about it? Explain the air and transfer portion. Explain excursions. Are there any special circumstances and needs, especially if you're doing a destination wedding or if you're doing a family reunion when you haven't seen Uncle Charlie and Aunt Mary in a while and they're both in wheelchairs and walkers and they need that special room. So make sure you know this. When do you want to go? The dates. Do the clients have passports? Again, and as everyone vaccinated, as you can see, that's an old one from back in the day of COVID, but passports. Now, again, know the weather. You know, I mean, I'll show you an example, you guys. I got a call the other day from an agent who wants to take a family, that wants to take a family to Morocco, okay, in August of 2026. Because it's a mom and her daughter who's a school teacher and her 4 kids, which are 15, 12, 4, and 8. And I went, Morocco in August? You know, you guys have to really think this out. When someone comes to you and says that, let's say that you're an agent in Atlanta, and they want to do a destination wedding in July down in Punta Cana, okay? You know, you guys saw when we saw video of Drew, right? Drew Santiago, when he showed us the Carnival Celebration Key opening, which was their new island that they opened up, right? That new water park, right? And I spoke to Drew. I said, Drew, how was the weather? He goes, man, it was so, I mean, literally, Jose, I got up and I was sweating. So you got to take that into consideration. When are the best dates to go on all-inclusive resort? When's the best time to book the Caribbean, Jose? When is it? Shoulder season, right after the holidays. January, February, March, right before the spring breakers is absolutely gorgeous. There's no humidity. It's 80 degrees. It's beautiful. The water is still nice and warm. That's when you book. You know, booking in July, well, that's when, you know, they're out of school and the kids into that. And I go, yeah, okay. Just, I'll let you know it's going to be hot and humid. Let them know that. You know, instead of, oh my God, it was just so hot. I couldn't believe it, blah, blah, right? You know what I mean? Give them as much information as you can. Now, qualify. Make more. Book activities, tours, fishing charters, hike, nature. And you can do this where? VaxALG, Viator. Viator. RoomRes, Expedia Tap. You can book all that. This is all extra stuff. Now, I would book with, you know, our preferred suppliers. Don't have your clients book with, you know, oh, we went, you know, walking down the street in Jamaica and we saw a sign for, you know, Bill's, you know, fishing cruises, and then don't be doing that. Go with a supplier that's, you know, verified that can help your client if something goes wrong with that booking, okay? So tell them that, saying, we're gonna book all your tours and activities for you. Don't go out and do anything on your own, okay? All right, for your safety. All right, let's go to the next slide. And you make more. Okay? How you make more? You pay what you get. You pay what you get. You know, they have a Holiday Inn all-inclusive resort in, where is it? It's not Ocho Rios. It's not, it's, oh, I forget where it is. It's in Jamaica. But yeah, they have an all-inclusive, Holiday Inn has an all-inclusive resort. This is what you get, okay? So don't, you know, then explain to the client, listen, if you really want that upper View Palace experience or Sandals experience or, you know, Secrets experience or, you know, Hard Rock experience, that's where you want to go. Let's knock off a couple of days. That way you can have that wonderful experience instead of just dealing with this. You know, Montego Bay. This is something on Montego Bay, by the way, in Jamaica, at the Holiday Inn, all-inclusive resort. That's what you get. Okay? All right. Top all-inclusive resort brands, Iberostar, Hard Rock. This is just some of them. Fiesta Americana, Dreams, Riu, Sandals, Sandos, Paradisus, Charisma Resorts, Hyatt, LeBlanc, Secrets, again, did I say that twice? No. Hilton, Barcelo, Club Med, and Margaritaville. Those are the ones that you guys book, and those are a lot of them. And plus there's more. There's more. I didn't put them all in here, but there's more that you guys are booking. Okay? Research destination resort. Read the reviews, YouTube brochures. You know what? And again, also be very wary. There are several of these places are in towns and cities that have crime rates, have high crime rates that you have to tell your clients about. You know, so I don't want to mention them. You know who they are. You know, but you know, countries like Jamaica and Mexico, they're dangerous places. Let them know about it. Okay? You know, you could stay at the resort the entire time, but if you want to go do stuff at night or do all that, do it with, you know, a bunch of people, or make sure that you're safe. What time of year to go and or don't go. All-inclusive types, adult only, family, non-spring breakers. Email to clients above the information because they don't know. Remember, I started this training by saying a lot of people don't know what all-inclusive resorts are and what they do and how they are available. Okay? So, you know, let them know about it. Show them different ones. You know, there's plenty of information on YouTube. I would go to the, you know, the official websites of these companies. Don't be showing them travel agent, you know, blah, blah, Billy from, you know, Nevada who went to Punta Cana. And he's like, I'm Billy from Las Vegas and here's me, you know, I'm at the Riu Palace. And, you know, no. You want to show some professional from the Riu Palace, and they have their own official website that you can show them, like, here's the Riu Palace Punta Cana, because it's beautiful. You know, the production costs and look of it is just absolutely gorgeous. So that will sell that for you. Okay? All right. Pre-trip travel. Pre-travel prep. Was that? Wait a minute. Let me rewind the tape here. Because I said pre-prep travel, but it should be pre-travel prep. Okay?
Yes.
Research the destination. Prep all the travel documents, tickets, reservations, passports, itineraries, prescriptions, meds, airport transfers, travel adapters for phone, laptop, etc. Prep correct way to pack for your trip. Refer client to the internet. Client must contact the bank, the credit card company, the phone provider, etc. Prep your family members, strollers, wheelchairs, etc. Make sure you have an MD referral for the doctor at the travel location. If you're someone that needs, you know, medical attention, or you know, you need a lot of medications or something, you can have your doctor give you a referral for doctors there in your location, and then you can move on from there. All right, let's go to the next slide.
Jose, actually, I want to note on that. You know how I just traveled and I went through the airport? Well, there was a girl crying in the baggage claim of the airport because she put her meds in her packed bag. Always tell your clients if they have meds that they need, they should be putting those in their carry-on or in a backpack with them. Do not check them
Yeah.
in their bag. And same goes for you. If you're traveling and you have a loved one or you need your meds, put it with you, because Jose always says this, but I think it's good to reiterate because I saw a situation recently and they put it in their checked bag and it wasn't good for them.
And that check bag is now gone in the universe.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. So, you know, now, and this is why, okay? So now that's easily handleable, fixable if she calls her doctor, and the doctor can refer her to a doctor there, wherever her destination is, to get those meds to her. But again, you don't need to be doing that. Okay, prep client for trip. The wristband fines, okay? When you go in and check into an all-inclusive resort, they will give you a wristband. Sometimes it's just a little thread that's red or blue. Sometimes it's these things, okay? It's like a rubber, you know, wristband that you have to wear on property at all times. That shows the staff that you are, you know, you are a guest at the property, that you can go to all the amenities, all the restaurants, all that stuff. If you lose this, oh, it fell out when I took a shower, and you need to get a new one, they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you up to 75 to 150 per day, okay, if you lose your wristband. So make sure that you always have this. And this happens a lot with the families because the kids always lose them. So make sure that you have that squared away, okay? Okay. Pack basic needs. More of sunblock, bug spray, aspirins, toiletries, you know, first aid. This is where they get you. They do have gift shops at the resorts, but my goodness, they're really expensive. Remember, a lot of these are island destinations, and they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for these type of products right here. They will. So make sure you have enough of that, especially if you're traveling with families, that you have enough of all of these items so you don't run out and you have to go then spend $40 on bug spray, because it really, that's how much it is. So, all right. And you're going to need it if you're in these, Caribbean places. All right.
And those larger items have to be checked versus if you have a travel size, which I believe it's 3 milliliters.
Yeah, so make
Have
sure,
below that.
yeah, make sure that you have plenty of that, okay? Enroll in STEP, we always talk about this. Anytime you leave the country, you should be enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. Amanda's going to be putting the link for you there in the comments room so you can have your clients sign up. Basically, it's really simple. If there's any type of social situation or if there's an act of nature that has to like shut down the city or the city runs out of power or anything like that, what happens is your client's phone gets an Amber Alert telling them to what hotel, what embassy, what consulate they are supposed to report to just to make sure that everybody's okay. So again, you want to make sure that they are enrolled in STP, which is the Smart Travel Enrollment Program. All right, next slide. Have fun, but in moderation. Remember, you guys, these people know how to party. This is party action. All right. So if your client wants, we want quiet, mellow, then I would say something else. And they do have those kind of all-inclusive resorts, a little bit more. I mean, Secrets is like that. I mean, Secrets, I never see Secrets really, but, Sandals parties. They do party. And, you want to take it in moderation. You're going to get up in the morning and they have this guy out here at 10 a.m. in the morning. And you know what I mean? You're like, so it's fun, but moderation is the key. You guys, if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me at this email address right there. Boom, right there, okay? And that's that. And if you need any type of help or assistance, you have any type of questions or anything about all-inclusive resorts, there are phone numbers and you can give us a call, okay?